Hello, Gabby Turner here. It's a bit chilly, so I've got my hat on. Don't mind me. But in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be finding out, are they ready for love? So your person of interest, whoever you're interested in romantically, you could be dating them, it could be a crush, it could be a relationship, but are they ready for love? Like, what is their readiness for love like? So we do have three options to choose from left to right. We've got the Three of Pentacles, which would be option number 1 in the timestamps below. The Three of Wands would be option number 2 in the timestamps below. And the Three of Cups is going to be option 3. So from left to right, we have option 1, Three of Pentacles, option 2, Three of Wands, option 3, Three of Cups. And so they will be listed as such in the description box below, and you can go directly to your timestamp whenever you are ready. Okay, option number 1, folks, you chose the Three of Pentacles. So let's see if your person of interest, are they ready for love? So let's just figure out what this question will lead to. What insights will this question, are they ready for love? Just giving a good thorough shuffle here. I'm going to start off with a yes or no spread. So most cards upright is going to be a yes, they are ready for love. Most cards reversed is going to be a no. And then from there we'll see kind of more in detail based on the cards, the meaning of the cards themselves. So I would say this person is more so ready for love, because we do have 2 out of the 3 upright. We've got, interestingly enough, because I'm using a different deck, you chose the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is coming up in this person's reading. So that's interesting. So that does seem to hold a special meaning. But we've got Three of Pentacles upright, 7 of Wands upright, and we've got 6 of Wands reversed. I feel, yes, this person is ready for love, and they're ready for a relationship that works in a practical sense. This person is very grounded. They're not looking to be with someone because it's flashy with the 6 of Wands reversed. They're not looking to be with someone just because that person's good looking. It's not like they would be against being with someone who's good looking, right? But it's like, that's not their top priority. The top priority for this person is like, do we work together as a couple? Like, do we want the same things out of life? Do we have the same idea of how to approach a relationship and make a relationship work? I do feel, even though this person is ready for love, I would say with the 7 of Wands, they are choosy about who they get involved with. So they're not the type of person who's just going to jump into a relationship either. But that is what they seek. They're not looking for a hookup. They're looking for a relationship. Okay. So is there any more to say about that? I mean, that is like pretty short, but it's also pretty much to the point as well. Is this person ready for love? Tell us more. Yeah, I mean, I would say, again, like, they still are ready for love, but it's like, this person has been hurt before. And even despite the fact that they have been hurt in love before, they're ready to get up on that bicycle and expose their heart again. They're the 10 of Swords and the Princess of Cups, which is like the Page of Cups in this deck. But the thing that they don't want to do is they don't want to make the same mistakes again. They're like, I'm willing to risk getting hurt again, because I know that that is sometimes what happens. But I don't want to repeat the same mistakes. So it's like, if I make a mistake again in my love life, and if I end up getting hurt again in my love life, I can deal with that. It's not what I want to happen, but I'm ready to do it again. I just don't want to make the same mistakes that I made in the past. So this is someone who wants to learn from their mistakes, make better choices, each time they get involved with someone again. I think they do feel that in relationships, it is necessary to be willing to face rejection or heartbreak at times. They're like, it's not possible for two people to never hurt each other's feelings. It's not like they would set out to hurt someone's feelings that they were with, or vice versa. They're just saying, like, it happens, you know, like in the course of a relationship, people get their feelings hurt. So I think that the type of person they're looking for as well is someone also who understands that and who isn't just going to run away and give up at the first sign of difficulty. They're looking for someone who can, like, roll with the punches. We have the Two of Swords and the Four of Wands, and who is also willing to, like, you know, keep giving it a chance so long as it's worth it, you know, like, not like, oh, we got our feelings hurt, so that's the end of it. I do feel like this person has felt a little bit like a failure in their love life before, so that's just some extra information that's coming out. We get the Four of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. It's like they do feel like they've struggled to find the right person for them, and I think a lot of times they've put the blame on themselves for that. You know, I'm not finding the right person because I'm too difficult to deal with. I'm too fussy to deal with, or something like that, or it takes too much of other people to put up with me, is almost how it's feeling. I'm getting a self-deprecating energy from this person. It is also giving a little bit of Virgo vibes, like, because Virgos can be critical and sometimes hurt people's feelings, like I mentioned before. And they're not necessarily trying to hurt someone's feelings, but they also can be equally, like, harsh and critical of themselves. So that's kind of the energy. Whether this person is a Virgo or not is not the point, but I'm just saying, like, they've got that energy about them that, you know, they have a tendency, I think, to hurt the ones they love because they're trying to, I think, be helpful, but it could come across sometimes as critical. And so I think that they're like, I need to find someone who has a thick skin and isn't going to be hurt by that, because I'm not trying to be hurtful to begin with. They're like, this is my personality. You know what I mean? It's like me as a Sagittarius sticking my foot in my mouth. Virgos have their own way of sticking their foot in their mouth, but it's like a critical foot. Okay. What else should we know about this person and their readiness for love? I feel like this is someone who, we have a bunch of pages here, because in this deck they call them all the Princess of the Suit and the Prince, so they're like 2 pages basically per suit. But anyway, like, I feel like this is someone who, like, they like to talk about their love life to their peers, to their friends. Whoever that is, like, they like to share with other people, like, you know, like, oh, this is what my experience in love has been like, you know, like, you know, and they like to hear about other people's stories too. So this is someone who, like, they like to learn from and grow and move beyond their own mistakes, but they also like to hear about other people's mistakes and learn from their mistakes. So, like, let me avoid the mistakes, although they do feel like, you know, mistakes are going to happen in life, basically. Anything else to say about this person? I do feel like this is the kind of person who has a bit of a checklist of, like, what they're seeking in a partner. And it is a little bit of an expectation of perfection on their part. Like I said, this is not the type of person who's going to jump into a relationship. They're looking for the right person, and they do have a strong idea of what kind of qualities the right person would have. But I do think that they sort of overthink it a little bit too much with this Nine of Swords And part of this, having these high expectations, it is part of them trying not to repeat past mistakes and get involved with the wrong person or anything like that. But another part of it is because holding those type of high standards means that they can put it off a little bit longer actually getting into a relationship. So yeah, they are ready for love, but they're not ready to just jump into it with anyone, and they do have high standards. And they want to be with someone who's not too easy to get their feelings hurt. So that's what I'm getting all around about this person. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching Group 1, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, Group 2, you chose the 3 of Wands. So let's go ahead and see if the person on your mind is ready for love. Let me give a good shuffle here. I'm probably speaking louder than I normally do because I cannot hear myself because I have this trapper hat on covering my ears. But my ears get cold easily. I'm recording this in mid-April. This may not post until quite a bit later because I do record in advance. But in any case, let's ask the question at hand and not bore you with my cold ears. Okay, so for Group 2, is their person ready for love? Yes, they're definitely ready for love. They're raring to go. We have all 3 cards upright, which to me is a yes, a strong yes with all 3 upright. We have the Fool card, the Ace of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. This person's really ready to get in there and love, and they want to make a success of love. They want to give it their full heart, you know, like they want to give it everything they've got. This person's like biting at the bit, like, yeah, give me somebody to love. Give me somebody to love on now. I want to pour out my cup of love on someone. And I'm also getting the 5 of Pentacles. So it's like they are okay with the fact that love is not always easy. They're like, I don't care. I want the challenge. I want the challenge of having someone to love. I want to be in love. I want to be with somebody. I want to be loving on somebody. Yeah, I do feel like this person has a very big heart, and they're a very expressive person. We've got love is like very meaningful to this person. That's like the center of love is what makes the world go around here. We have the Strength card, the Magician, and the Moon. They like to talk about love. They like to think about love. They like to feel love. You know, they're like coming at love from every angle. Are they ready for love? Yeah. All the time, every day, all day long. I do feel like for this person, love to them is not just romantic love, but it's like love for everyone. Like they're just loving everybody. Like I want to love on you. I want to love on you. You know, again, I'm not saying they're trying to get romantic with everyone. I'm just saying like they have a huge heart and they want to pour that overflowing love on everyone they meet. Like they feel like the right thing to do is to love people. I have so much major arcana coming out for this person. Like love is the cornerstone. It is the central component of this person's life. I am kind of feeling that there is some sort of spiritual or religious nature to this person which guides this being so love-centered. It could be, these 2 cards are kind of giving me Christ consciousness together, but it could be any sort of spiritual guidance. You know what I mean? Like they feel guided by their spiritual and or religious mindset to always be approaching life from love, always being considerate of other people from a place of love. This is their identity. Love is their identity. It's what they understand. It's what their whole life is about. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but like, and they see other people in their highest good as well. They see themselves in their highest good, and they also see other people in their highest good. They're always willing to do that for people, and they're willing to do it for themselves. You know, I will say, like, despite love being such a central element of this person's life, it hasn't always been easy for them either. I will say that, you know, love in that more all-encompassing sense, in the spiritual love your brother, love your neighbor type of energy, that is actually probably easier for them than the love that you would feel in a romantic connection or in a romantic relationship. They like it all. I mean, they love love on all of its terms, you know, like in the Greek language, there were different words for the different types of love, right? And I can't remember which is which. But anyways, they like all of the different types of love. Like, they're so into love and being a loving person like that. But I would say that romantic love for this person, it is something that they're drawn to and that they're interested in. But that's where it becomes a little bit more complicated, and the emotions are not always as overwhelmingly positive. When it comes to like the brotherly love, the neighborly love, the familial love, all of that, it's like their heart is just overflowing and it's easy, and they'll just wrap their arms around you. You know, it's that, like that friend or that person from church who's always hugging everybody. You know what I mean? We know those types of people. Those are good people. But I feel in a way, like in terms of their romantic love life, this person's a bit more reserved in those expressions. They're not as demonstrative of their romantic love as they are with those other types of love that we mentioned. So what else should we know here about group 2's person? I feel like this person, because they're so, I know I keep beating a dead horse, they're so into being this loving person, which they are, that's genuine. But they really doubt themselves when they have any sort of like self-interest or selfish inclinations. It like tears them up. They almost feel like it's wrong to do that. But it's totally acceptable. We all have to have some level of self-interest. We have to, like, you know, like take care of ourselves and put ourselves first in a way. That this person, like, really, it tears them up inside, I feel, when they get what they might consider to be a selfish urge, when they're putting themselves first, or like just honoring their needs, their own needs, instead of like honoring other people's needs first. I do feel like this might be, you know, something that they've learned. Okay. What I'll say is, it's easier for them to jump to help someone else who's hurting than it is to ask for help when they are hurting. Like when they're feeling grief or sorrow and they need to be comforted and loved on, it's a lot harder for them to ask for that as well. But if they see someone else hurting and sad and in need, they will jump up without a moment's notice and go over and comfort that person. I feel like this person is so genuine in their love, but at the same time, like, people are not used to someone being like that. And so people are not always sure how to take this person. Like, can I really trust that this person is like really just this really genuinely loving, and like that's what their whole life is about? But they are, and the people who do understand that about this person and who are loyal to this person, they will be blessed. That's including you. If you had express a loyalty to and dedication to this person, whether it's as a friend, as a romantic partner, etc., like, you will be blessed by making that choice, because this is like someone who just with every fiber of their being. They are someone who is all about love. All right, any final words of advice or anything for group 2? I think, you know, the feeling that I'm getting with this card as the final advice is like, it's okay for you to just be who you are. Like, I do think that you're also like a loving person and emotionally sensitive and empathic, but maybe you're not as like, you know, 1,000% in the way that this person is, because like 99.999% of people are not. And it's okay for you to just be who you are. Like, it's okay even to this person that you're watching this for. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. You can be just genuinely yourself. This person's going to love you for being genuinely yourself. They don't expect people to fake some sort of over-the-top way of being that they're not. So, in any case, I hope that was helpful for you, Group 2. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, Group 3, you chose the 3 of Cups. Let's go ahead and see. Is your person ready for love? So we've had such an interesting set of responses so far. So I'm going to take more risks and ask questions like that I'm like, I'm asking this question, like, I don't even exactly know what that means. Are they ready for love? And yet, Spirit knows. Spirit knows what we need to know. And Spirit has really come through with the answers in this video so far. So I hope that is also the case for you guys. So I'm just going to start off with a yes or no. And most cards upright will be a yes. They are ready for love. Most cards reversed will be a no. And then the cards themselves will give us further insight. So for you and the person you're watching this for, we get a resounding yes because all 3 cards are upright. We have the 6 of Wands, the Prince of Pentacles, which is like a Page of Pentacles in this deck, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, this person is definitely very open to love. I think this gives me the vibe of someone who tends to fall in love. I feel like this person actually falls in love easily. They also have a tendency to fall in love with coworkers, like people that they're working with, because they have a love for what they do. And when they find someone who shares that love, and then they're in the proximity of that person, in any case, they tend to fall in love with people they're working with, colleagues, people they're on projects with, or are at the same job with. I do feel like also this is someone who a lot of people, this person that you're watching this for, they catch a lot of people's eye. Yeah, a lot of people are like wanting to be with this person, I feel like. So they have a good pick. I don't think that they even realize, it's like they have a sort of humbleness about them. They're a modest person, despite the fact that lots of people get infatuated with this person actually, but like they don't really, for whatever reason, they don't see it that way. They don't interpret it that way, and they're very modest. But yeah, they fall in love at the drop of a hat. And so they're pretty much always ready for love. Because they're falling very easily and very often. Tell me more here. It's interesting too, like I said, lots of people are into this person, but you know, someone could come up to them because they have a crush on them and be like friendly and stuff. And they wouldn't see that as, oh, this person has a romantic interest in me. They would be just like, oh, this person's being friendly. Do you know what they do interpret though? If someone's being kind of like icy and stoic and like kind of intense vibes, but like intense where it's like, do they hate me? That's what they're like, oh, that person's so into me because they act like they hate me. Isn't that weird? And they love it too. Like when someone is giving them like kind of stoic, icy bitch vibes, they're like, they're so into me. It's like I can imagine them being like, you're so beautiful when you're angry. You know what I mean? They like bitchy. They're attracted to bitchy. And so Yeah, that's what gets their attention. Dang. King of Wands. Nine of Swords. It's like there's a certain like dangerous quality to that they find very appealing because they want to go into the danger zone. Yeah, they want to wrestle with love. This is a bit of a tiger. This is a bit of a love tiger, you know? You know how cats, whether it's like tigers or lions or even like little domestic cats, you know, they can play kind of rough with each other, bite each other's ears and stuff. This person likes to get rough and tumble in love. I don't mean in a physical sense, but I'm just saying like they like someone they can kind of spar with. So this is a romantic partner that it's spicy. They like it spicy. Yeah. Because I feel like, you know, when this person is not in love, their life is much more vanilla. And they like that too. They like having the periods of like, well, life is peaceful and vanilla. But when they fall in love, it's not vanilla anymore. It's like, you know, habanero peppers. It's caliente. It's very caliente. Yeah. But they're like ready to leap into that. Yep. The Lovers and the Fool card. This person is a fool for love. They are a fool for love, but they want that passion to be there. That tigress passion. I don't know if you love me or you hate me, but I know you're not feeling lukewarm. You know, that's what they love. When it's like this is not lukewarm at all, you know. That's so funny. All right. What else should we know about this person? Are they ready for love? I do feel like this person has lost someone. Like they have an ex, at least. It feels like one specific person. Maybe it's you, group 3, if you're their ex. But like there's someone that they really feel like that was the one. That was the one, and that did not work out. Or it ended, or were separated. But they do feel that some former flame of theirs, I feel like it's probably an ex that they had an actual relationship with, but they're like, that was actually the one. And it was someone they had a sort of caliente experience with as well, right? Which I've already said, that's what they like. Yeah, they are still pining for this person. I mean, I do feel like they are still open to falling in love again, you know? So like they like to keep their mindset about it open and not just be like, well, I'm never going to love again. I mean, this person, again, they love to fall in love, and they feel like they're going to do that again, you know, like they have the Ace of Wands. They're ready for something new at the same time. But there is at the same time, like, you know, this person that I'm thinking, whoever this is from their past, again, like it could be you, they will always hold a special place in their heart. They will always hold a flame for this person. They'll always be attracted to this person. This is just someone who's always going to be special to them, no matter if they're involved in each other's lives or not. Yeah. It makes me feel like, one thing, I feel like whoever this was, they really felt safe with this person. They felt safe with this person emotionally. They felt, yeah, there was the caliente, but just even with the caliente part of it, there was a feeling of safety. And also they felt like they could really truly be themselves with this person. And that's why Yeah, I mean, they really feel like this person is as special as the sun. Their world kind of revolves around this person in a way. Well, we have the sun and the star. Yeah, so they have a very, very special person. I just asked the cards if it is you, and I did get a yes, because my yes card is a major arcana, which is the higher ranking card. So I pull one card for yes. This is one of the ways I do a yes or no, and one card for no, and the higher ranking card is the answer. So a major arcana is much higher ranking than a 5 of cups. But yeah, I would say you are group 3, this very extremely special, you're always going to be special to them person. And they feel that you might have not been as happy with the connection with them. But they're like, that's okay. I'm not going to let that affect me or get me down. It's not going to make me stop loving group 3 and seeing them as special as what they are. They also feel like they've learned so much from you, and they've been forced to grow. There's something about the connection with you that has sort of forced them through losing you to grow. And if you're like, well, that's not, they haven't lost me, then I feel that there's some sort of loss or separation or something that's come between the two of you. So if that's not true, then this is probably not your reading. Sorry that you had to hang on till the end to find that out. But you know, also though, sometimes like a reading can give us, most of the reading can be for our particular situation, and then some specific thing just isn't. So that's true. So I don't know. Take it as it resonates for you. But yeah, let's see if there's any advice for you, group 3. What's the advice for group 3 regarding this person, this connection? I mean, we get the Justice card, so I really feel like you don't need advice. You kind of like already know the best way to approach this. You're already doing the right things. I do get the Chariot reverse. So if there is a separation here, it's like, and you're choosing not to like rush back in or like immediately take them back or whatever, like allowing yourself space, then that's definitely the right thing to do. But I would also say, just in general, you already know the best approach regarding this person. So trust your instincts. Yeah, trust your instincts. You're doing the right things. You're approaching it in the wisest and most stable way. And yeah. So that's what I'm getting. I hope that it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, group 3, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.